leadership style you feel is needed for this team? What did you decide on?
Yeah, maybe a little more vocal. I'm usually a lead by example kind of guy, but I think I could pick my spots, say some more things. So find those spots this week.
Why do you think that could be beneficial?
Well, we got a lot of young guys that we're counting on. I haven't really been here before, so have them hear my voice a little bit might be beneficial for them. I don't know.
Have you already started with that?
Not yet.
Something I forgot to ask you from the other night, that your block, how did that work on the kind of the play that got turned around?
Yeah.
Is that just instinctive, or did you think about it, or?
Zach made 4 people miss on the front side and reverse field, so figured I'd get in the way and help him out a little bit. He made a great play.
You blocked with your left shoulder.
Yeah, definitely the left.
With the vocal leadership thing, is that something you did a lot of at LSU, or even in high school, or is this something that's going to be new to you?
I've always just kind of picked my spots when to do that. I've never really been that guy, I would say, and still won't be a big part of who I am, but there's definitely some spots that I feel like it could be needed.
How important is it when you decide to speak up that you do it with authority in your own mind, that you know what you're talking about, and not try to go too far into somebody else's job?
Yeah, I think those are always the things that you think about. I've always been a guy that just focuses on what I have to do and, speaking up within, technical aspects of football with, routes and concepts and things like that, but never really a big picture vocal kind of guy. So I think that's more what I'm talking about, is big picture, work ethic, stuff like that.
Who's the best leader you've been around, and why?
As far as vocal leadership, JT Barrett was really, really good at it when I was at Ohio State. He was always, the pregame speech guy, fiery, vocal leader guy. And so, that's never really been me, but, watching him do that was impressive.
Has it hit you yet that some of your more vocal leaders in the past aren't here on this team? And Zach will stay up and say it's your team. Has it really hit you that you might have to be a different leader than you've been in years past, simply because of how much turnover on the team over the last couple of years?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think, we've lost guys that are leaders, but I think we were all pretty similar leaders. I wouldn't say we had a ton of, rah-rah vocal guys. And at some point, you can only say so much, and you got to go out and play, and everybody's got to be focused on what they can do to get better every day, and there's only so much you can do or say to, help that.
Is that what this is almost trying to jumpstart things, get into a complete rhythm so you can start winning games and going in the right direction?
Just understanding the position that we're in, and the opportunities we have going forward, and how the urgency needs to heighten a little bit in this tough spot that we're in.
Do you find yourself being a leader from both sides of the ball? Obviously, you're more on the offensive side, but did you see something on the defensive side? Do you feel like you could step in and say, hey, something could change or something should change?
I would never go to the opposite side of the ball schematically or anything like that. That's their world, and they know what they need to do and need to fix. But big picture stuff, definitely.
Leadership can be like a vague term or concept, right? Because you look at scheme things and it's either it succeeded or it didn't. Leadership is more of an idealistic thing. What is leadership to you? What does that look like to you, and how far as a concept, in itself, can that take a team by itself?
mean, I think leadership is just, at the heart of it, is focusing on what you have to do and doing it really well, and letting that rub off on the people around you. And you just have to be yourself. People see through it if you're not, and so I've kind of always taken that to heart and just been myself, worked really hard, and picked my spots to say things here and there.
What you said about getting better every day, that's something, if you guys are 3-0, you'd still be saying that, right? So does it feel, even though that's the main mission, no matter where you're at, does it feel different to strive toward that when it is a situation like this, 0-3, as opposed to like a 3-game winning streak?
That specific idea, no. I would still be treating practice the same way and focusing on what I can do to get better. I would say, moods are a little different, and energy is heightened when you're in this spot. Just knowing what we have ahead of us is going to be a tall task, but I think we're ready for it.
Because of the expectations being so high for this team at the start of the year, and then obviously with the 0-3 record, there's a lot of questions about accountability and where blame goes. And I know you guys don't do that, but do you feel like there is enough coach to player and player to player accountability that happens within your locker room?
Yeah, I would say that. Everybody knows the places that they can get better from week to week, and that's made very clear within the rooms. And there's always places to improve individually, team-wise and unit-wise. So our coaches make that very clear, and we have smart players in the room to understand that and take that to heart and go and fix it.
Joe, when Trent Brown went down the other day in the game, you made it a point to walk up to Amarius. I don't know what was said necessarily, but did you have a message for him, and why did you feel it was important to go say whatever it was to Amarius?
I didn't say much. I just pat him on the shoulder pads, and that was, I don't even think I said anything, but that was just me saying, hey, it's your time to go. I have a lot of confidence in him. He had a good camp. He's a smart player. He's going to continue to get better and better. So I'm excited to play with him. Excited to watch him play. He's gonna be a good one, I think.
What did you think about the offense when you watched the film from Monday?
Yeah, we were really good. We had spots, obviously, where we could improve. We got down to the red zone and kicked 2 field goals, missed 1. So, came away with 3 points when it could have been 14 there. So whenever you have those opportunities that you didn't cash in on, that's what sits with you. And at the end of the day, we didn't do enough to win the game. So we got to take advantage of those opportunities next week.
How do you go about when you have an expectation you feel like the team should be at, or a level the team should be playing at? How do you go about expressing that throughout the course of the season or a week or whatever? When you feel like it's not being hit, how do you go about kind of delivering that as something you do? Like, how does that work?
It depends on the situation, and I think there's a lot that goes into it. For the most part, I trust our coaches to say the things that need to be said to individuals and to the group, and pick my spots.
Have you sensed any red flags in the 3 weeks leading up to these 3 games that made you think we're not where we need to be going into the game?
No, I felt good going into the game. I felt really good about the game plans. And obviously hasn't worked out great on Sundays. So we just got to be better at executing in those moments. And when the opportunity presents itself to go and win the game, we have to go and seize that opportunity. We can't just let it pass by, and then we've let it pass by for 3 weeks now.
T had only 3 catches for 39 yards. Do you chalk that up to him just getting back into the swing of things, or how do you get him going on a higher level?
T's going to be productive in our offense. I'm not, every week somebody's going to touch the ball a lot, and it might be different every week, just depending on what we're seeing and how teams are playing us. So T knows his role. He's going to play a big part this whole year, and I'm going to continue to get him the ball in the looks that tell me to throw the ball to T. And I don't go into a game thinking I got to get T touches, I got to get Jamar touches, I got to get Eric All touches. Just see how I just read it out and throw the ball where the defense is supposed to tell me to throw it, based on our discussions and our reads on the concepts throughout the week.
How do you think 2 tight ends has fit you guys so well this year?
We got the guys to do it. I think we're going to continue to build on that package. We feel really good about our tight ends. They've been playing really well for us, so we're going to continue to expand that package and keep getting them touches. They're going to continue to be productive.
First experience of it with T and Jamar outside of 2 tight ends, did that feel like something, like you said, that you can expand on, that feels like it could bubble up to be a real weapon, specifically when you've got those 2 guys together for the first time?
Yeah, I think so. I think every team shows you different looks in 12 personnel. And some weeks you think you can take advantage of that, and some weeks you might not. And so, week to week it might vary, but we do feel really good about those personnel packages.
What are some of the things that stick out to you when you look at Carolina on tape?
They're really solid. They play their scheme well. You can tell they're well coached. Their corners are aggressive, and they play really hard, and they're stout inside. So, it'll be a challenge for us, but we're excited for the opportunity.
Would you like to see what Andy Dalton did this past week and see him still in the league doing his thing?
Yeah, it feels like every time he gets his opportunity, he goes and takes advantage of it. So, credit to him for that. But hopefully not this week.
Coming out of halftime Monday night, and then Washington goes down and scores, and it's pretty much do or die for you guys, and you go touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Is the urgency in that 90-minute window comparable at all to what you guys feel this week and getting ready for this game, which may or may not, I don't know how you feel about it, must-win type of game?
Yeah, I think you go into every game and you got to feel it out early, see what kind of game it's going to be. It turned pretty quickly into a game where we're going to have to go and score touchdowns on every drive, and that's after 2 drives in the first half, that's what we did. We just got to do that earlier, go get in the end zone early again, keep putting points on the board, and that urgency is going to be really high every week.
There's a lot of numbers about 0-3 teams and their chances of how many of those have made the playoffs. Why do you feel like this team is maybe unique and can buck all those trends of the teams that have started 0-3 and failed to make the postseason?
And the postseason is the furthest thing from my mind right now. We had a good day today. We just got to get a win on Sunday, and then we'll go from there.
Any thoughts on seeing Jake and Clowney this Sunday?
Feels like we play him every new team every year, and he's always on the schedule. Sometimes we're playing him twice. He's been productive for a long time. He's a dynamic pass rusher that you always have to be aware of. So it'll be a challenge for our guys.
And you personally, obviously, given what happened last year when he hit you.
What happened last year? Oh, he's the one that hit me when I got hurt? Oh. Yeah, I didn't forgot that. It's he's going to get back there. You're going to take some hits from him. That's football.